Welcome back, guys, to another trade video with me, Oscar. Today we're not going to recap any trades because I simply haven't made any. Today is going to be a video about my 2.5 months recap, basically, of all of my trades, what I have learned from this 2.5 months, what I really encourage you to do, and just basic tips and tricks to get along and continue to develop as a trader. So if we look at the end of 2.5 months, the results, I ended up on 1K approximately. I haven't listed these three trades, so ended up on basically 1,000 something, like 1,000 exactly. So it has been, and I've been trading with account of a balance of 3,000. 3,000. So I've done 33% growth within 2.5 months, which is I think it's really good, and it's something that I will continue on doing, aiming to do this over and over and again, because this is how you grow your account steadily. But okay, so the main lesson or the main tip that I want to give to you, if you're not already doing it, is to always keep a spreadsheet and always do a diary where you review your trades. You have to, and this is basically the main core of this channel, of my YouTube channel. I use it as a diary. And then hopefully you can learn from my diary as I'm talking about, for example, MYSC. Okay, what did I do good about this? I bought on the first green day, fantastic. On the second green day, or on the second day, I bought and then I lost. Why did I do that? So on and such forth. What can I take from this trade? Should I continue on doing this and that? So you have to twist and turn on every aspect of the trade. There's a really good, or not a saying, but every trade that you make, whether, especially if it's a loss, it's not wasted if you learn something from it. So you really have to encourage that and to try to learn as much as possible by trading. And I think this 2.5 months has been the time where my learning curve has been at the steepest. It has been I've been learning so much about these 2.5 months, because I've reviewed all of my trades, or at least I intended to do, and I did lack some patience or some discipline of doing that somewhere around here, but I did eventually review all of my trades and took out some key lessons from it. And I highly encourage you. I can't even say how much I encourage you to do that, because if you don't, you're simply going to make going with the same routine, the same mentality every time you trade. So let's say as I did on MYSC, the second green day I failed to play it good, because basically I have a short here. So I played on these days, and what I was anticipating was probably a second green day. I can't remember off my head, but probably. And then as it turned out not to be it, I think it got even a somewhat of quick spike. Then I just simply cut losses. So what I learned from that trade was simply like, don't, if the stock spikes and it's running out of gas, get out. So it's aspects like that. And on the first green day, I think I did a fantastic job buying near key support, actually, and therefore I took a bigger position size. So key aspects of the trade like that you have to remember yourself and review over and over again, so that you continue on forward developing. Because as I said, if you don't do this, you will basically be standing in the same spot for the rest of your life. Because if you don't learn something from your trading, then you're not going to do anything different. So yeah, that's the main thing that I've learned about this 2.5 months. Also, something that I've learned is that I have to be getting better at tracking patterns and playing patterns that I truly know to the core. And why is that, you might ask? And the answer is very simple. To be comfortable. I started out tracking breakout plays because as I saw a breakout, I didn't know what to expect. Like, okay, when is the first major pullback going to come? Is it worth holding through this pullback, or should I take profits before the pullback? Stuff like that. So I basically got into tracking and started to track stuff like that. Okay, when is the first pullback coming? When is the major pullback coming? What's the relation to open and the major pullback? So if it's open, it's 20% above. What's the relation to the breakout area? Such on and such forth. And that's something that you also have to do, or not have to do, but for me at least, that's a way of getting around the issue of not being comfortable with the setup. Because as I do it, I learn about setup more and more. And as you'll see by tracking setups, you'll see that there is patterns within a pattern. So within breakup patterns, there are mainly two patterns. One where it spikes up, breaks the breakout area. Most of the time comes back, have another test, and breaks further. Or it's slow and steady and then breaks out. So you learn stuff about the setup. You learn how to tackle the percentage, like, okay, when should I take profits, when shouldn't I take profits. But of course, you have to be aware of that it's not going to work out every time. Every trade is different, but this, at least for me, gives me a comfort zone of what I should expect. What is the average breakout play doing? So that's something else that I highly recommend you doing if you lack comfort in your setups. And yeah, I've learned so much about these 2.5 months. Many things about myself, but I really feel that something is happening within me. It sounds like a spiritual shaman or something, but I feel that something is somewhat clicking, and as of right now, I have made a rule that I shouldn't play any setups that I haven't tracked, just for the matter of fact that I'm not comfortable, as I said, with the breakup plays, to know where I should trade profits, such on and such forth. But I'm also thinking about making this to a daily routine where even though I haven't been making any trades, thinking about speaking out loud and to make a diary, which I will share on my channel as a series called The Daily Diary. I don't know if it's going to be daily. I'm having a daily where I write down. So as for yesterday, I wrote down stay disciplined with my trading rules. Remember myself of the trading rules from the start. And then I did a video about missed trades and losing trades where I'm disciplined. This is the video. So I'm always keeping a diary to reflect on things that I've been doing good and bad, and that's something that you have to do to keep on moving forward. And as we were right at it, as you saw, reviewing losing trades and missed trades, this is a very good lesson that I learned yesterday from one of Sykes' videos, which I haven't really thought about until now, but he said basically reviewing and looking back at plays that you missed is at least as important as reviewing losses, because in my matter of fact, losses is the biggest lesson or the greatest lesson that you can get within trading, because then you have done something wrong and You have to figure out what you did wrong and what you can improve on until next time. But that Sykes mentioned is reviewing and looking back at plays that you missed. That hadn't struck my mind before he said that. So I'm really grateful that he did. But what I take out from that is to review stocks that I missed. And why should I do that? Because I have to, or I want to see how come I did miss it. What can I do to ensure that I'm not going to miss a similar play next week or the week after that? How do I get more prepared for the future? Because you can always look back at the past and be disappointed, but there's no meaning to that, at least in my opinion. You have to make the best of what's currently happening right now, and by looking back in the history, you can be further prepared for the future. So simply using history as lessons and to be prepared for the future. It sounds really cliche, but I think that's really what it comes down to. And always be on track to develop and get further on with your trading. So my current situation and my current state of my trading and where I'm in my trading journal, my trading journey, is that as of right now, I'm basically only comfortable with two setups, and that's spike into resistance and the breakout plays, because these are the two setups that I've been tracking. So what I'm going to do as of right now, I'm simply just going to look for these plays, and until I find any, I'm basically going to track other setups and keep on watching video lessons and webinars to keep up learning and developing. And I'm also hopefully going, or not hopefully, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this daily diary thing as I'm doing as of right now, where I talk about the key things that I've learned from the day. I'm also writing it down, of course, but I think at least it helps me to get more, to help me develop faster, to speak out loud. I'm more like social by speaking, and I express myself better by speaking, at least in my opinion. So that's what's up for now. That's my plan. So basically, only playing setups that I've tracked and getting into the reviews of like my diary, reviewing the lessons, the key lessons that I've learned from today. And of course, I'm going to review all of my trades as well. But I'm thinking of making two separate like lists. So the daily diary review and the trade recaps, since I'm not trading every day. So yeah, I hope that's everything, I think. So I really hope that you learned something, and if you, I don't mind if you copy my like spreadsheet or something, and I highly encourage you to add this column, over trading. That has helped me see which setups that I should quit on and which I'm doing great. Unfortunately, I haven't tracked it all, so but be very meticulous about everything that you do, like entry price, entry time, exit price, exit time, exit rate, entry rate, so that you can see what aspects and what details about your trading that you have to work on. So like, okay, my entries has been in average good. I see somewhat more bad stuff than I see on my exit rate. So my exit rates has been better, but they have also been impatient. So then I know, okay, I have to be more patient with certain setups. But then it comes down to like tracking setups to know what to expect and such on and such forth. But yeah, hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions, please hit me up. I'm sorry if I'm not answering your questions right away, but as you know, we all have stuff to do. So yeah, thank you.